Everybody's for small, CMS Law Firm. Today, I want to talk to you about a lack of inheritance tax in Washington State. Before I get to that, though, I want to remind you, as always, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us, you can go to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, so I get calls about this every once in a while. I get calls about, I got a call about today. That's one of the reasons why I want to talk about it. Somebody called and they were about to receive a distribution from a trust, and they were concerned about having to pay an inheritance tax on that distribution. The person had died several years ago, and they were just wondering, like, what tax obligations were they going to have from this distribution. And I was happy to tell them that for the most part, in Washington State, you're not going to have to worry about paying an inheritance tax. There may have been an estate tax paid at the time that the person died, but there are no inheritance taxes in Washington State. Now, you probably are asking yourself, what's the difference between estate tax and inheritance tax? Well, there's a big difference. The main difference is who pays the tax and when is it paid. And with an estate tax, typically that tax is due 9 months from the date of death of the person that died, the decedent. And with an inheritance tax, typically it's paid at the time that the distribution is made to the person, to the beneficiary or to the heir. I don't know for sure because, again, there is no inheritance tax in Washington State. I did Google it though, so as far as the Google knowledge goes, it looks like there are inheritance taxes in Nebraska, Iowa, Kentucky, and New Jersey, but I think New Jersey's has been repealed. If you are in any of those states and you are watching this video, call an attorney there and ask them to make sure, okay? I'm not licensed in any of those states. I'm only licensed in Washington State. That's why I am so confident about there not being an inheritance tax here in Washington State. With that being said, Washington State does have a relatively low estate tax threshold, $2.193 million before you start paying estate taxes after you die. If you want to learn some strategies for reducing those taxes, I've been talking about charitable remainder trust the last couple episodes. I'm taking a break from that today. We'll get back to that probably tomorrow. But there are many, many different strategies to avoiding a tax, including something simple as moving can sometimes help you avoid some taxes. So if you are finding yourself over that threshold, you know, knowledge is power. Take the time to learn a little bit about how to reduce those thresholds if you want to at all, but don't just make assumptions and things like that. So to answer the question one more time, to summarize, to make it clear, unless just in case people are still wondering, there is no inheritance tax in Washington State. There is an estate tax that you need to worry about or think about potentially, but that's it. That's the difference. So there's the question answered in a nutshell. As always, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. If you have questions about this or anything else, leave a comment below. If you want me to talk about anything else, let me know. And if you want to talk some probate or estate planning with me sort of individually, you can go to cmslawfirm.com and set up a time to talk with us for free over the phone right now. That's the only way we're doing it because of COVID, but you can do that. So if you made it this far, as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.